At their own 27-yard line.
On the double. Mark 49. Hey, lock it.
On first down, O'Neal. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Okay,
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Topper. Check, 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 check. Shoot.
2nd and 4. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
80 weapons. Hey, Haywood. Yep. Hurry, hurry.
He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Bears take over.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Check 50. Switch. Hey, orbit. Keep walking. Get it.
2nd and 9 now. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Hey, echo. 58, come on. 58, come on. Go. 58.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. But they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check 3, General West. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got three.
A run for Nick Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they give this time to the tailback. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, Delta.
We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down.
Hey, zoo. Set, go. Go.
Operating from the gun. Gibson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Leo!
They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Go! Look at me, zipper!
58 Mike.
2nd and 13. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 8 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Charlie! Watch the twist! Get it!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught by Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he? And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Set up. 18 Gators.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Set up.
They'll run on first down. O'Neal. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Alpha.
2nd and 2. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
5. You draw quarter. Switch. Check.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
3 down. Get it. 3 down.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Complete to number 27. A gain of 14. First down, Packers.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Hey, wahoo!
Right, check 33.
Hey!
Let's go.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Get the ball. Mike, check 33. 33.
Looking to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Set. 18 Gator.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Ready.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Ready.
2 times.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Pull it high. Come.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn. And he coughed it up. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Look, screen.
Now they try the right side here and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We got 4. We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Out.
SOS.
From the gun, Gibson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now it's Breida. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Gibson. He'll rifle it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Leo!
Here's Breida. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big time.
Oh, now Breida loses it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Okay, ready?
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Bears 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been out.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And to give this time to the tailback. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
You got three down.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't happen.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Watch the screen. 80 weapons. Check. Be grip.
They run it again with Chubb.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready.
Back to throw. Gibson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Here we go. Hey, go on. Left. Watch left.
And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Check. 5.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Watch the pass.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
In a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was